Hi everyone, my name is Suvash. I'm working as a MuleSoft developer at TGH. Today I'm going to explain about JWT policy. JWT policy is JSON Web Token policy, which we enforce on API to make sure a secure communication between client and server. To get this token, the client needs to use identity provider, and token consists of three things. One is header, payload, and last one is signature. All of three are base64 encoded. To create the signature, it uses encoded header, payload, a secret key. In our case, we are using Auth0 provider, so it uses RS-256 algorithm. It is a asymmetric cryptography algorithm. It uses private key for signature for signing a signature and public key to verify the signature. And this is how the signature is prepared using algorithm. This is base64 header, and this is the payload and the secret. Now, why we use JSON Web Token policy? JSON Web Token policy is stateless authorization and authentication, which means uh, whatever application we are providing this policy, it doesn't need identity provider to validate the token. Instead, it will do by itself, and it is very fast since it uses a public key to verify that signature, and it provides a feature like fine-grained access control, which is nothing but we can allow or restrict a set of resources or requests, and it is tamper protection. It provides tamper protection, and expiration check is automatically done without any manual intervention. This is how the flow looks like, and client will request token for identity provider, as I said before, and it provides a signed SNDability policy. And this client will call the Mule API, and Mule API uses a public key to validate the signature, and signature will be validated, and it will grant accordingly. It will, if it is true, it will grant the access to end system. And I'm going to use analogy of how JWT policy will work. So let us think like this policy is a security guard at your college gate. So it will security guard will validate your ID card before you are allowing into the college. Similarly, this policy will validate the token to allow into the services. This is how the structure will look like. This is a header and payload and signature, all base64 encoded, joined by dots, and this is how a string of base64 will look like. And the public key is used for verification only, not for decryption or anything. And I'm going to show you how it will be configured or implemented in MuleSoft. For that, I have created one application. This is the application which I have created. Here, I have used HTTP listener. This is the resources starting log. This is the transformation which I'm reading the query param. It's ending log, and this is for error handling. This application already deployed in local system to verify. I'm going to verify this. Give me a second. So here I'm going to check this whether it is working properly or not. So it is working as I expected. I'm going to check one more time. So it is working. Here, this is the application which I have implemented in Studio. It is available in Anypoint platform now, and it is running in cloud. You can see. Now I need to create an auth application. I am using Auth0 as I mentioned before. I'm going to create one application which is JSON. I'm going to name it as JSON JWT only. Here we need to choose API, and I'm currently choosing all scopes. Now we get a URL for token generation and the body. I'm going to copy this body and URL and get the token, and let's see how token will look like. Here I'm going to generate a token. I'm going to provide this body which I have copied there, and I'm going to this is a URL which I have already copied there. Now I'm going to copy this token and I'm going to show how it will look like. So here I've copy pasted that token. As I mentioned before, token consists of header, payload, and the signature. Header consists of algorithm, type, key ID, and payload consists of issuer, subject, audience, URL, issued at, expiration, scope, and AZP. Remember this AZP, we are going to use this AZP while configuring the policy to our resource application. This is nothing but a client ID, and this is a signature. Now we have our application in cloud, which is this. So this is API of that application, which I have linked to using auto discovery. And I have already configured, and I'm going to show you what are the things I have configured. So this algorithm, which is default configured, and here you need to choose JWKS, which is acting as a public key. This public key you can get to know in this documentation. Here is the documentation. I need to just replace the domain name here, and now that's it. You need to copy paste that here, and I'm going to enable client ID validation also. And as I mentioned in the token, we have seen AZP, which this key stored that client ID. So we are going to check that for every request. And this is audience URL for that Auth0, and I'm going to save this. After this, we need to go to Exchange, and this is the Exchange, and this is the API. I'm going to select this, and I need to link that auth application with this API so that we can use client ID validation alongside. For that, I need to register that auth application in Exchange. So to register that application in Exchange, MuleSoft provided an API. I'm going to use that API. I'm going to copy this, go to Postman. Now I'm going to register my application here. Here I need to provide business ID. I need to get that business ID in Anypoint platform. So I'm going to show you where we can access that business ID in Anypoint platform. go to Anypoint platform and go to access manager. Here in business groups you can find this business ID and replace that previous business ID with our Anypoint platform business ID. And here I need to use the client ID, client secret of our auth application. So this is the application which we are currently using. I'm going to copy this client secret alongside, replace that with this client secret totally. And to call this API, we need to have token, which is Anypoint platform applications token. So for that, I again need to use another API. This is the API which I've already used, which is provided by Anypoint platform. It's a predefined API. Here is the URL of that, and you need to provide username, password. This is my username. This is my password. I'm going to send a request. Usually you will get that token here, but currently it is showing invalid CSRF token. It's fine. We are going to try another manner. A connected app. Here I'm going to create. I have already created one connected app, which is this one. I'm going to use this credentials and I'm going to call another API to get the token of my Anypoint platform. And that API is that URL I am going to show you. Which URL is that? If I have already make sure that the second option for that. This is the second option that which we are going to use now. Body we need to give. This is the body we need to give. This is my client ID, client secret of my Anypoint platform connected app. And alongside, I need to provide headers also. Headers is in header. I need to provide username, password. I'm going to send a request. You need to call post call. We got the token. Now to register our auth application, we are going to use this token to call that API to register. I'm going to change this name. So now it is registered here. Here you can see it is registered now. Now we will go to Anypoint platform and enforce this. So in exchange, you need to go to request access and select API instance. And here you can see the application which we have registered. And now you will send a request access and it is approved. You can check this in API manager by checking by clicking on API and go to contracts. You can check that. Here the previous one which I have done, I'm going to revoke that. So this is currently which is approved, and now we can use this API, and yeah, we will check that in Postman. Go to Postman, use that cloud hosted URL of our API, and I'm going to use as this is my string, and I'm going to generate this token again. This is a token of our auth application which is enforced for this. In authorization, go to barriers token and provide this token to use that application. You can see a success response. And if you try with another application's credentials or token, it will not work since we have registered only for that auth application. Let's say, for example, I've already kept this alongside. This is another auth application, and it is credentials of that. I'm going to get the token of this. This is not the client ID client secret of the auth which I have registered an exchange and linked to our API. Here now I will try with wrong token. Control all. This is the token of another auth application, not the auth application which we have connected with our API. It will show invalid client, and if you try with wrong token, it will show invalid token. Okay, this is how we need to configure JSON Web Token in MuleSoft, and I'm going to conclude with the common mistakes. Sometimes people will miss the token and provide invalid public key. Make sure that public key you have provided is valid, and make sure the token is not expired. And thank you for watching. Thank you.